Hello there, I'm Christine, and today I'm going to talk about something that people have been asking me of late in my stream and also when I've done online readings for them, and that is why I cut the deck and clear the deck the way I do. And so in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to go over and shift the cameras to the way I have it when I'm doing a reading online. So I'm using playing cards from the DC Comics. However, I can do these with the tarot. It's just that with this back at the moment and some of the weather changing overcast and affecting my lighting, the cameras are sort of struggling with it a little bit. So I'll just use these because I think it might be easier on them. So it doesn't matter whether cards have been sitting overnight in their wrap or their box, or I'm in between reading from one person or someone else at an expo or an event. I clear the cards in between each person, and I'll even sometimes clear the cards during a reading if there's multiple questions and some of the questions aren't related to each other. So one of the things I've found in having many years of face-to-face reading is that clients like to feel that they're getting the cards for them. It's been my experience that I discovered early in the 80s when I was reading that clients had a fear, and I don't mean this as a judgment, it was just what happened, of you sure they're not the last person's cards? And you would clear the deck in front of them. For me in Australia, in my experience, clients like to see the deck being cleared in front of them. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about this if you do readings as well. So what I do is I divide the deck into 5 like such, and I got really fast at it over in a very short time, and that allowed me to be able to make sure people got their own reading. You can smoosh the cards or wash the cards, which I'll show in a moment, but that often you have very limited table space and time, and they are now ready to be shuffled. And this is the way I shuffle. It doesn't matter how you shuffle, do what's right for you, but I do not, this is the way I shuffle. And and for me, when there's jumpers, if it's down, it goes back in the deck. But had it flipped over, I work on the principle of what falls on the floor comes through the door, so to speak, because that's what the old readers used to say years ago, that I learnt from, and my mother read cards, so that was quite a standby with that. And you shuffle for as long as you feels right for you. And then I cut them into 3, and I might do that 3 times depending on the energy of between myself and the sitter and the energy I'm feeling into the cards. And while I'm shuffling, I often shuffle in the question, I shuffle in the person's name as well, and shuffle in and ask the cards to give me the correct insight for the benefit of all. And obviously I do this if I'm going to select or let them select, or I say, look, because we're doing a spread, a positional spread, I'm just going to take it from the top, and I get their acknowledgement for that. That's something I like to do. I don't know if other people do it, but that's what I like to do. Now, I have seen other people smoosh them or wash them, I think I've heard it called as well, and that's not a bad way to gather up the cards like that. For me, I don't have a lot of time. That takes a little bit of time, but by all means, that is fine as well. It just depends on how much time you've got, if the person's sitting in front of you, and various things like that. But one of the beautiful things about tarot that has kept me involved with it since, like, I got my first deck in 72, and I was reading in the 80s professionally, is that every reader's different and unique, and every what deck they read with is unique, and their style is unique, and that's what makes them a unique reader, and that's what makes them draw clients to them that like them. And doesn't matter how many readers there are in the town, you will attract energetically the right people that like you and your style. So that's just the beauty of it all. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I hopefully will see you on the next video. Bye for now.